Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back here to the channel. It's great to be back here. My name's Scott. And today I'd like to work on compound adjectives. We have compound nouns, we have compound adjectives. I think I did some compound nouns previously, so I'd like to do some compound adjectives. So first off, let me give you a list, and I want to just go through on the pronunciation as well, and also give you some example sentences. So let's get to the first one, which is absent-minded. So if somebody's absent-minded, somebody forgets things a little bit easily. So an example sentence here, he is sometimes absent-minded, so I have to remind him what to do. So absent-minded, forgetful on things. Now, don't forget if you use the adjective before the noun in a sentence, you most likely need a or an an. So for example, he is an absent-minded person, okay? Without the noun following it, you don't need the article, of course. So he is sometimes absent-minded, no article necessary. He is an absent-minded person, then we'll put the article before absent-minded. Let's get to the second one now, which is bad-tempered, which is not so good. To be bad-tempered is to get angry easily. So when he wakes up in the morning, he is often bad-tempered. Don't talk to him until he has a cup of coffee, perhaps. Number 3 is big-headed. Now, bad-temper is not a compliment, and big-headed is not a compliment either. So to be big-headed is to be full of yourself, have a big ego. Notice the pronunciation, not ego in English, it's ego. So to have a big ego and think a lot about yourself, you're big-headed. So he's always talking about his accomplishments. He is so big-headed. Now, I'm using a lot of he's in all my example sentences. I got a she coming soon. So, easygoing. So, to be easygoing is to not really have any worries or anxiety over things. So, you're easygoing, just go with the flow. So, she is easygoing. She never really gets upset, even when things don't go so well. So, I use a she there. She is quite easygoing. Next up is high-spirited. Now, to be high-spirited is to be full of energy and emotion. So to be high-spirited, which is a compliment. So she would make a great leader because she is really high-spirited and very eager to do things. So I'll say high-spirited is a pretty good word to use. Next up, let's go with laid-back. Now, laid-back and easygoing, they're pretty much the same. So if you're easygoing and you're laid-back, you really don't let things bother you too much. So he has a really laid-back lifestyle. He pretty much works when he wants to work and goes where he wants to go and does what he wants to do. So to be laid-back. Next is going to be narrow-minded, which is not complimentary. So to be narrow-minded is just to think in a very narrow way. So a narrow-minded person is somebody that's not really open for new ideas. So he is a friendly person, but he is quite narrow-minded on his ideas. Not a compliment. Friendly is, narrow-minded isn't. Next is going to be old-fashioned. That could be good or bad, I guess. But to be old-fashioned is obviously not thinking of things that are happening now, not contemporary, not modern, but to be old-fashioned with your ideas, maybe with your styles, old-fashioned. So this company is doing well, even though they pretty much have an old-fashioned way of doing business. So old-fashioned. And next I'd like to go with open-minded. Now I said narrow-minded about 25 seconds ago, and I'm going to go now with open-minded, which is obviously open for new ideas and new ways and new things. So that's a compliment, I believe. So he is very strict as a boss, but he is open-minded to new ideas. That's not bad. So to be open-minded. And self-centered. Self-centered where the world revolves around you. Not me, though. So to be self-centered is pretty much to only think about yourself. So she is such a self-centered person. She does not care about the other people around her. That's not a compliment. So to be self-centered, that's another good compound adjective, though, because unfortunately, there are quite a few self-centered people out there. Next is going to be tight-fisted. Now, to be tight-fisted is to hold on to your money. You really don't want to spend money. So other words, similar words, synonyms can be cheap or stingy. So He is really tight-fisted. He never pays for anything by himself. He always expects people to cover it for him. So to be tight-fisted is not complimentary. Don't want to spend money. I'm going to stay with tight now, but not this time. I'm going to be tight-lipped. So tight-lipped, as it sounds, is really don't say much. So she can really keep a secret. She's tight-lipped. She does not tell other people. So it could be the idea of not saying much, but also being good with keeping a secret. So that's pretty good though, tight-lipped. And I'm going to go with two-faced. Since I'm working on lips, I'm going to go to face now. So two-faced is not a good one. If you are two-faced, what you say to one person, then you say to another person, it's kind of, you're complimentary to one person, but then you talk about that same person to somebody else. So to be two-faced is not a good idea. So example sentence here. He's a friend of mine, but he's quite two-faced. So I never know what he's going to say about me behind my back. Okay, to be two-faced. And I have one more, because I have 14 of these compound adjectives, and well-balanced, which is good, to be well-balanced. So a well-balanced person in that situation is somebody that thinks correctly, or thinks in a logical type of way. Also, you might be familiar with a well-balanced diet. So you have enough of your grains and your vegetables and your fruit, a well-balanced diet. So not too much of one and not too much of the other. So well-balanced is pretty good. Okay, everyone? These are all really good compound adjectives, I believe. There are a lot more out there. Just remember in the sentences to, before the noun, before the person or so, put an article in it. Without the noun or person that follows, you don't need the article. And if you're good with the pronunciation as well, let me just do the list one more time. You could repeat after me. Let's go back to the beginning. So we have absent-minded, bad-tempered, big-headed, easygoing, high-spirited, laid-back, narrow-minded, old-fashioned, open-minded, self-centered, tight-fisted, tight-lipped, two-faced, and well-balanced. That's a pretty well-balanced amount of compound adjectives, I'm sure. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for coming here. And if you like it, that would be great. If you subscribe, even greater. We'll be back here again soon. Until then, everybody, keep up the great work. Have a great day.